The concept of a future self is a thought-provoking idea that invites us to consider the person we are destined to become as time unfolds. Think of it as a unique form of self-reflection, where we project our thoughts and desires into the future, almost like having a profound conversation with the person we are destined to grow into. This connection transcends the boundaries of time, allowing us to engage with our future self as though they were a separate entity, despite being an integral part of our own existence. But who exactly is this future self? In essence, this future self is a version of you that is continually shaped by the choices and decisions you make in your present life. It's as if you're crafting a path or a timeline for this future self with every action you take today. Your current choices and the level of awareness you possess serve as the architects of this path, determining who this future self will ultimately become. Our perception of time is often flexible. At times, it races by, and at other times, it seems to move slowly. This malleability of time emphasizes a crucial point: the future is not predetermined. Just as you might opt for one direction over another, such as choosing to pursue basketball rather than the piano, your future responds to each choice you make in the present. These choices ripple through time, reshaping the person you will ultimately become. The power of making choices is both freeing and intimidating. Whether it's a seemingly inconsequential decision like hitting the snooze button or the significant life paths we embark on, each choice contributes a stroke to the evolving canvas of our future. What's even more intriguing is that these decisions do more than just influence your character, they also provide hints and insights into understanding your future self. Understanding the importance of recognizing the connection between your choices and your future self is significant because it promotes a sense of responsibility and empowerment. It encourages individuals to live purposefully and make decisions that align with the life they aim to lead. By doing so, they not only shape their future but also create a life that their future selves will be grateful for. Another crucial aspect to consider is the value of mistakes. In life, we often perceive our mistakes and setbacks as negative marks that we want to hide or eliminate. However, it's essential to rethink this perspective. Think of your mistakes as weathered patches on a well-loved quilt. Each patch represents a unique story, adds character, and ultimately makes the quilt more special and cherished. The very imperfections we try to conceal are what contribute to making us whole and complete individuals. Consider a garden, for instance. Just as not every flower in a garden is flawless, your imperfections, whether physical or emotional, don't diminish your worth. Instead, they enhance it by contributing to your unique beauty. The garden's charm lies in the diversity of its flowers, just as your scars and experiences add layers to your identity, showcasing the battles you've fought and the lessons you've learned. Each imperfection reveals a facet of who you are and your ongoing journey of self-discovery. When you encounter a setback or make a mistake, it's like tending to a garden. It may be challenging in the moment, akin to tending to thorny plants, but like a gardener learns to handle these challenges with care, life's stumbles teach you invaluable lessons. They disrupt your comfort, compelling you to confront your weaknesses and, at times, even breaking your heart. However, in that disruption, there's space for new growth, new wisdom, and new light to flourish. So, the next time you find yourself in the aftermath of an error or facing an obstacle, think of the garden. Don't rush to hide the imperfections, embrace them. These are the experiences that enrich the landscape of your life, making you a more intricate, resilient, and beautiful individual. Thank your setbacks for what they are, essential elements that contribute to the masterpiece that is you. 2. Consider your life as a symphony. Each person is like an instrument in an orchestra, with their own unique melody and sound. Just as a symphony is most beautiful when it's a harmonious blend of diverse instruments, so is life enriched by the individuality of its participants. When you embrace your true self, you not only play your unique part but also contribute to the overall beauty of the music we all create together. You might have been told you're too loud or too quiet, too expressive or too reserved. However, the qualities some may urge you to tone down are often your most significant strengths. Just like each instrument has its distinct notes and role in the orchestra, your unique characteristics make you stand out, and that's where your power lies. People may try to mold you into a sound that suits their preferences, but remember, conformity often leads to forgettable performances. You weren't meant to be forgettable or to fade into the background. You were meant to play your unique melody in the grand symphony of life. As Ralph Waldo Emerson said, to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. So, embrace your individuality, celebrate your quirks and idiosyncrasies. Don't apologize for being who you are, because that's how you'll create the most meaningful impact in the world. Your true self isn't just acceptable, it's essential, and it's a lesson your future self would want you to keep in mind. 3. Life often resembles a river with its twists and turns, and it's easy to get caught up in worrying about what lies ahead. Imagine you're on a boat navigating this river. Just as a boat moves forward one stroke at a time, taking life day by day is essential. Anxiety and constant worry can be like a thick fog that obscures your view of what's right in front of you. It's as if you're carrying the burden of tomorrow's problems today, and this only serves to dampen your present moments without actually solving the issues of the future. The key here is to break life down into manageable segments by setting small, achievable goals. Think of it as focusing on each individual stroke as you row your boat, instead of being consumed by concerns about where the river might eventually lead. Each stroke, each day, contributes to your journey, but it's important to remember that no single day or action should bear the weight of your entire life's journey. In essence, this message encourages a more mindful and practical approach to life. It reminds us that we can't control every twist and turn that the river of life may take, but we can control how we navigate it. By concentrating on the present moment and setting achievable goals, we can make the journey of life more manageable and fulfilling, without being overwhelmed by the uncertainty of what's to come. This perspective doesn't just alleviate stress, it also creates room for you to appreciate and engage in the current moment. The quote, "Worry does not empty tomorrow of its sorrow, it empties today of its strength," by Keenan Bond encapsulates this idea perfectly. The more you entrust in the natural course of events, the easier it becomes to relinquish control over the uncontrollable. It allows you to free up emotional bandwidth to focus on what you can influence, your actions and attitudes today. Remember, the winding river, each bend is just a small part of a much bigger journey. By embracing the present and taking it one stroke or day at a time, you cultivate a life rich in moments fully lived, and you give yourself the peace and the strength to navigate future challenges. 4th, master the art of declining. Refusing requests can often be quite challenging, yet it stands as one of the most potent means of preserving your own health. Picture yourself as a house, and within it reside your time, energy, and emotions, each akin to distinct rooms. If you swing your doors wide open and invite everyone in, you'll swiftly discover that there's no room left for your own well-being. Establishing boundaries is akin to erecting a fence around your house. It doesn't signify that you're rejecting people, but rather, it signifies that you are clearly defining the limits of your personal space. This protective fence safeguards the garden of your emotions and thoughts, ensuring it isn't trampled upon or neglected. Let's debunk a common misconception: declining requests is far from being self-centered. In reality, it's an act of self-honoring. Visualize yourself on a plane where the oxygen masks suddenly appear. The first instruction is to secure your own mask before assisting others. This same principle applies to life. To be there for others, you must prioritize taking care of yourself. When you say no to things that deplete your energy, you open the door to say yes to things that nourish you and benefit the people you hold dear. Reflect on this meaningful quote by Brené Brown: daring to set boundaries is about having the courage to love ourselves, even when we risk disappointing others. This courage not only bolsters your self-worth but also establishes the standard for how others should treat you. The fence around your house, the boundaries you establish, communicates to the world that you value yourself, and as you value yourself, others begin to value you as well. Fifth, practice being fully present because everything is fleeting. One moment, you're here, surrounded by people, experiences, and emotions, and in the blink of an eye, the scenery changes. Many individuals fear the constant flux of life, but the beauty of existence lies in its impermanence. When we accept that all things are temporary, every moment takes on a more vivid color, and every interaction becomes a cherished experience rather than something to cling to. Understanding that nothing is permanent can be liberating. It can release us from the burdens of regret, resentment, and anxiety about the future. Instead of dwelling on past mistakes or worrying about upcoming challenges, we can center our attention on the present. This is where the Stoic philosophy of memento mori becomes profoundly relevant. It's a Latin phrase meaning, remember you must die. Contrary to being morbid, it serves as a grounding reminder that our time is finite, motivating us to make the most of each present moment. Impermanence also teaches us to value what we have while we have it, relationships, opportunities, even our own abilities. They're not given, they're loaned. Appreciating them in the present moment can heighten our experience of life, making every hug deeper, every laugh louder, and every experience richer. Self-compassion is not just about being kind to yourself, it's a powerful tool that equips us to bounce back from life's setbacks with greater resilience. When we treat ourselves with compassion, failure is no longer a harsh judgment of inadequacy but rather an opportunity for growth and learning. It shifts the internal dialogue from, I am bad, to, I can do better next time. The question then arises, how can we cultivate self-compassion? It begins with self-awareness. Pay attention to the language you use when talking to yourself. Are you using self-criticism that you would never direct at a friend? Challenge those negative thoughts and replace them with words of kindness and encouragement. In summary, self-compassion is a significant life-changing quality. It bolsters our mental well-being, enhances our ability to recover from setbacks, and even encourages us to make healthier life choices. So, the next time you catch yourself in a cycle of self-criticism, take a step back and ask, would I say this to someone I care about? If the answer is no, it's time to introduce a more compassionate inner dialogue. Now, moving on to the seventh point, going within. In a world that's constantly buzzing with noise and demands for our attention, taking the time to find stillness within ourselves can feel almost rebellious. Yet, this act of going within, of giving yourself the gift of time to simply exist, is one of the most valuable things you can do for your well-being. It goes beyond just closing your eyes and taking deep breaths, although that's a good starting point. Going within means creating a mental space where you can listen to your own thoughts and reconnect with your own presence. The benefits of this practice aren't abstract, they're both mental and physical. Studies have shown that periods of stillness or meditation can reduce stress hormones, improve focus, and even help with problem solving. When we quiet the noise around us, the noise inside us quiets too. This can lead to better decision-making, as our minds, unclouded by unnecessary distractions. During moments of tranquility, a genuine connection with your instincts becomes possible. Have you ever experienced a strong intuition without a clear explanation? That's your instinct at play. When we are in a state of calm, we can attune ourselves to this inner wisdom more effectively. Trusting our instincts doesn't mean disregarding reason, it involves heeding that inner voice and considering it alongside our logical thoughts. If you found this video to be meaningful, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing for additional insights. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.